So now that you've worked out a schedule where you will be when and with how many people, you can try and turn this into a budget. If you want to limit your budget, first work out what do you think you can afford to spend. First, record what you will be paying your cast and crew if that's what you've arranged, or ask them for an estimate of their travel expenses if that's all you will be covering. And the same goes for the crew. Then also record any equipment purchases or hire costs if you are using anything other than what you already have to make your film. Next, go through the script and make lists of all props, costumes and makeup, not just so you won't forget anything on the shoot day, but again so you can work out what these will cost. Note down any location fees or staff overtime if you're hiring a location. Note down some money to cover food and snacks, as we have already mentioned. It's also worth giving a thought to taking precautions such as insurance, especially if you're filming in a public place, so maybe get some quotes from companies that do production insurance for that and factor this into your budget too. Even if you're thinking of this as a no-budget film, you probably will need to at least buy lunch and a few props and maybe have some fuel money, and this all adds up quickly, so write it down at the beginning and then it won't be a nasty surprise. Again, remember to budget for post-production. Are you working with a separate editor, and are you going to pay them? Are you using a separate sound designer or a composer for the music, or perhaps an effects person for some of the shots? And even if you're doing all the editing yourself, if you're filming a lot, perhaps you need to buy some extra hard drives for all your footage and for backing it up. Now I know some of this can be hard to know in advance, but make your best guess and add it into the budget as well. Also, don't forget to think about distribution. If you are planning to enter your film into specific festivals when it's finished, then find out what their entrance fees are and note these down too, as again, this can get very expensive very quickly. Most film festivals charge a submission fee of anywhere from $25 to upwards of $100, and remember, you'll probably be submitting to quite a few to increase your chances of getting accepted. So once you've listed everything you think will cost money, then make a spreadsheet and then add it up. If the total is more than you can afford, then don't despair. First think about, can you scale anything back? Perhaps you can rewrite a few scenes to be simpler or use fewer locations or actors. Perhaps you can do more of the crew roles yourself, as long as you prepare a bit more in advance. Can you use any resources you already have instead of buying or building things? Work out everywhere you can save money that doesn't include cutting lunch and then add it up again. If the budget still looks too high, perhaps have a think about pausing this project and trying a simpler one first. You can also look for sources of funding that might be available, or look for a dedicated producer to team up with who might be better at finding this funding than you are. There is also crowdfunding if you want to think about platforms such as Indiegogo and Kickstarter, though remember, setting up a full campaign on a site like that is a big job in itself, and you'll normally need to give people who contribute money something in return as an incentive. But regardless whether you decide to self-fund, crowdfund, or look for some existing funding, making a proper budget first is very useful, because then you know exactly how much money you need to raise or ask for, and it isn't just a vague idea anymore. So however you find your budget, good luck.